Hello everyone, welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. So, in the last part, we met the farmland people, and they were like, if you do stuff for us, we'll help you, the Inquisition out. So, I mounted the horse for the girl, and then we're about to deal with wolves, and we set up a couple watchtowers, and right now, we're gonna deal with the wolves. So they should be like around this area. Oh my god, they're like attacking.
These must be the wolves Master Dennett's wife warned us about.
Yep, must be. Oh my gosh, they're going crazy. These things are really hard. Also, off screen, when I last stopped playing, we fought a bear. It was scary. I was like, should I be recording this? But nothing happened. So we just got the bear, and that's it.
That cave could be the lair of our strange wolves.
Oh, we're so close to... Shoot. Oh shoot, there's a lot of red. Meaning, a lot of wolves. Meaning, there's a demon. I know, what do we go for first? I don't know what I'm hitting at. Let's get the wolf. Oh, let's get the demon. Oh, anyways.
A demon!
Why are all of their dialogues so late? That demon is like beating Cassandra.
With the demon dead, the farmers should be safe from the wolves.
I expect the wolves are also pleased to be freed from the demon's control.
What is that? This is low-key sad. Oh. Safeguard against looters. Oh, and we completed a quest. Oh, and we got more influence. Nice. Let's fast travel. You didn't see, but I did a peace sign. So I'm like, heh, let's fast travel, gang. I've stopped.
The wolves should be back to normal now. There shouldn't be any further trouble.
That's good to hear. I'll send word to the farmers and let my husband know what you've done. It may not seem like much, but you've given this land hope it desperately needed. Thank you.
Yeah.
I've put out the call to the farmers. I appreciate you driving those wolves away.
I hope y'all don't mind, but... I'm gonna take the horse to the...
Rude, do you think you could stay with the miller and his wife if I had to leave?
What nonsense are you going on about? Where do you think you're going, Father?
We're low on food and coin. I may have to bring out the old sword, do some work to feed us.
Build watchtowers, operation available.
You said you had a way to help the refugees.
I do. There are too many hills in these parts, good places for raiders and bandits to gather. I've marked good spots on the map. You set up watchtowers there, I'll talk to the master and get your people weapons.
Okay,
Farewell.
so I think I have to go to the war table and do that first. So that's what we're gonna do. Get ready, we're about to disappear.
Ugh.
Me. You're impressive. Whoa, 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 whoa. No hearts. Are you alright? You need stronger dummies. Was that supposed to be me? Can you romance Cassandra? I do not want to do that. Or let's say ask her if you are alright. Or should we say you need to... No, yeah, you're right.
Worried?
Is it that obvious?
I'm afraid so.
Did I do the right thing? What I have set in motion here could destroy everything I have revered my whole life. One day they may write about me as a traitor, a madwoman, a fool. And they may be right.
What does your faith tell you?
I believe you are innocent. I believe more is going on here than we can see. And I believe no one else cares to do anything about it. They will stand in the fire and complain that it is hot. But is this the Maker's will? I can only guess.
You don't think I'm chosen?
You don't think I'm the Herald of Andraste?
I think you were sent to help us. I hope you were. But the Maker's help takes many forms. Sometimes it's difficult to discern who it truly benefits, or how.
What's going to happen now?
Now, we deal with the Chantry's panic over you before they do even more harm. Then we close the breach. We are the only ones who can. After that, we find out who is responsible for this chaos, and we end them. And if there are consequences to be paid for what I have done, I pay them. I only pray the price is not too high.
You didn't have any choice.
Didn't I? My trainers always said, Cassandra, you are too brash. You must think before you act. I see what must be done, and I do it. I see no point in running around in circles like a dog chasing its tail. But I misjudged you in the beginning, did I not? I thought the answer was before me, clear as day. I cannot afford to be so careless again.
You had cause. Glad to hear it. No, you can't. Let's see you had
It wasn't like you had no reason to suspect me.
I was determined to have someone answer for what happened. Anyone.
She approved. Nice.
You've said you believe you're chosen. Does that mean you believe in the Maker?
I believe in elven gods. I don't know. Yes. Ooh, should we say that? I don't know. Because I think that says that's the right thing to do, but I don't know much about Dragon Age to be like, oh yeah, I believe in the gods. So I'll say I don't know. Just because I don't know. Me. This is me talking, not her.
I can't really say.
I suppose it doesn't matter now. I have to believe we were put on this path for a reason, even if you do not. Now it simply remains to see where it leads us.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I think we can keep talking to her though.
It occurs to me I don't actually know much about you.
What do you want to know?
I'm not sure. Where are you from?
You don't know?
I thought you knew that.
I suppose I could ask Liliana. She has collected a frightening amount of information on you. But I don't want to ask her. I want to hear it from you.
My clan never stayed in one place for long, though we primarily roamed between marches.
Oh? I didn't think your people roamed that far north. But clearly I'm mistaken. I'm told some members of your clan might still be alive. Do you intend to go back?
Eventually, perhaps. I hated it. None of your business. I'll say eventually, perhaps.
I might, once this is done.
It will not be the same once you do.
Investigate.
I'd like to get to know you better.
You would?
Is that a problem?
Not entirely. I'm just curious as to your motivation.
Ah! Ah! Every time I see the heart, I'm like, no.
No no motivation beyond making things between us less...
Antagonistic?
Exactly.
Yep.
As you wish. My name is Cassandra Pentegast, daughter of the Royal House of Navarra, 78th in line for the Navarran throne. I joined the Seekers of Truth as a young woman, and was with the Order until they withdrew from the Chantry. I remained as the Divine's right hand, carrying out her order to form the Inquisition. And here we are. That's all there is to know, my lady.
You're a member of Navarra's royal family.
The Pentegasts are a very large clan. Half of Cumberland could say the same.
Really?
No, but it feels that way. I have hundreds of relatives so distant they need charts to prove we're related at all. And they have them. Oh yes. The Pentegasts value their precious blood like it runs with gold.
Is that why you left? So you're not on good terms?
And you joined the Seekers to get away from them?
It was a life worth getting away from. The Pentegasts are famed for dragon hunting, but few actually pursue the craft. Most are fat and lazy. They pay lip service to the Maker and care only for idle pleasures and past glories. My brother was all that kept me in Navarra. Once he was gone, so was I.
What happened to your brother?
Tell me about your brother.
I would prefer not to speak of Anthony. Another time, perhaps.
Perhaps.
So you were the right hand to the Divine?
To Divine Justinia, yes. And Divine Beatrix before her, in fact. The position is normally reserved for Templars of the Knights Divine, but my circumstances were unusual.
Unusual how?
You don't know the story? Thank the Maker. I will tell you if you wish, but it isn't as exciting as some drum it up to be. The short version is that I once saved the previous Divine's life. My reward was becoming her right hand.
But what does a right hand do, exactly?
What is your hand capable of? It gives, it takes, it beckons. It makes a fist. Liliana and I extended the Divine's reach beyond the Grand Cathedral. We went where she could not. After Beatrix, I was tired of the position and wanted to return to the Seekers. But Justinia convinced me to stay. Her vision for the future gave me hope.
You thought she could really change things?
Justinian knew the war was coming long before it began. She tried to avert it, but the forces arrayed against her were too strong. Sometimes you have to break a bone so it can be reset. That's where the Inquisition comes in. It was to be the answer. A means to preserve as well as an agent for change. I only wish she had lived to see it.
So, what's the story about you becoming the right hand?
Sweet Andraste, do you really want to hear that? It was, what, 18, 20 years ago? Some still discuss it like it happened yesterday. The tale gets bigger each time it's told. I barely recognize myself within it now.
You're being modest, that's how story works, so what happened?
You're stalling.
To hear others tell it, I alone saved Divine Beatrix from a horde of dragons sent to assault the Grand Cathedral. Rather impressive for such a young seeker, wouldn't you say?
And the truth is?
I stumbled upon a conspiracy to kill Beatrix. A Templar Knight Commander was at its heart. And there was a dragon battle at the Grand Cathedral, but I had help from loyal mages who rallied to the cause. They freed the dragons from magical control. Without them, the Divine and I would both have died. Yet I became the right hand, and they are forgotten.
You're delightful. What became of the mages? You're still a hero.
What happened to the mages that helped you?
They went back to their circles, with rewards and privileges and most holy's gratitude. Many of them died at the conquest.
You're delightful. You're still a hero.
I think you're a hero, no matter how you downplay it.
fine. But it was 20 years ago. I will not rest upon my laurels.
I think we already heard about Nivera, right?
I'll let you get back to work.
Your kind killed the most holy.
Lies. Your kind let her die.
Shut your mouth, mate!
Enough!
Ah,
Knight Captain!
Cullen.
That is not my title. We are not Templars any longer. We are all part of the Inquisition.
And what does that mean exactly?
Oh my
Back
god.
already, Chancellor. Haven't you done enough?
He's so
I'm
cute.
curious, Commander, as to how your Inquisition and its herald will restore order as you've promised.
Of course you are. Back to your duties, all of you.
Okay, we could probably talk to him. Let's talk to him.
Mages and Templars were already at war. Now they're blaming each other for the Divine's death.
Which is why we require a proper authority to guide them back to order.
Who? You? Random clerics who weren't important enough to be at the Conclave.
Oh, it's so
The Rebel
funny.
Inquisition and its so-called Herald of Andraste? I think not.
It's so funny how my person's head just moves every time someone talks. Why can't we work together? We're not so terrible.
So far, you're the only one who's insisted we can't work together.
We might, if your Inquisition would recognize the Chancellor's authority.
There is no authority until another Divine is chosen.
In due time, Andraste will be our guide, not some dazed wanderer on a mountainside.
Investigate.
Remind me why you're allowing the Chancellor to stay?
Clearly, your Templar knows where to draw the line.
He's toothless. There's no point turning him into a martyr simply because he runs at the mouth. The Chancellor's a good indicator of what to expect in Val Royeaux, however.
How widespread is the violence between mages and Templars?
Impossible to say.
Dude, look at
Your
how large
organization
Cullen is
flouting
compared
the
to me.
Chancellor's authority will not help matters.
Ooh,
With the Conclave destroyed, I imagine the war between mages and Templars
the size
is
difference. I'm sweating,
interest.
guys. Who killed the
The
Divine?
mages
I did
and
not pay
Templars
attention
are
to any of them. I'm
fighting,
sorry.
even though
I'm
we don't
just
know what
thirsting
really
over
happened
Cullen.
in the Temple of Sacred Ashes.
Exactly why all this should be left to a new divine. If you are innocent, the Chantry will establish it as so.
Or we'll be happy to use someone as a scapegoat.
You think nobody cares about the truth? We all grieve Justinia's loss.
But you won't grieve if the Herald of Andraste is conveniently swept under a carpet.
Wow. Good luck keeping orders. I hope the trip is worth it. I don't know what's the nicest one.
I'll make sure they see reason in Val Royeaux.
I pray you're right. I will keep the peace while you and the others appeal to the Chantry in Val Royeaux.
Better ready yourself for the blame you will be rightly assigned.
Oh,
Researcher Menave wishes to verify that the infections have decreased in number.
Yes. Thank you for your help. Tell me, are you happy this way? With everything you feel and dream cut away?
I no longer talk to dragons.
I see. Miguel, go with you.
would she talk to dragons? Sorry, do you need to go somewhere?
Greetings, Herald of Andraste. How fares your quest to seal the breach?
Damned if I know. I'm trying.
I'm doing everything within my power.
A task, such as closing the breach, is a heavy burden. I hope you do not carry it alone. We remember Andraste, but Andraste did not carry the Chant of Light alone. She had generals, advisors, and though it is considered heresy to say it, she had the aid of the elf Chartan. Do everything within your power, but remember those who would help you.
Remember those who would help you. That comparison scares me. I follow elven gods. I obey the will of Andraste. Let's say thank you.
I appreciate your insight, Mother Giselle.
Take it for whatever it is worth. You walk a difficult path, and there is little enough I can do to aid you.
Oh.
In any case, I pray this Inquisition proves less brutal than its predecessor.
Investigate.
Can you tell me about the original Inquisition?
The original Inquisition was formed after the First Blight, well before the Chantry as we know it. The Inquisitors were hunters, zealots, who tracked and killed cultists and dangerous mages. As Andraste rose to power, the Inquisition came into her service. Instead of hunting those who would do harm, the Inquisitors spread the chant of light by force.
That's horrible.
No wonder everyone is so nervous around us. Who chose that name?
Divine Justinia herself. I understand that this was not a popular decision. In any case, once the chant of light had spread far and wide, there was less need for zealots. The Inquisitors became the seekers of truth, and eventually the Templars.
So why bring us back? So we're true believers and now we're back. Why bring us back?
This is a dark chapter of history for the Divine to revisit.
Do you know what impresses me most about the original Inquisition? They fought horrific battles, killed and died for their cause, and when it was time, they put their swords away. Perhaps the name was Divine Justinia's message, that when the Inquisition is needed, it will strike without mercy. But when its work is done, it will put its sword away.
Let's talk about the Chantry.
Growing up Dalish, I heard little about your Chantry. Can you tell me about it?
Ah! Wow. She really just pulled up a whole thing that I'm not gonna read. Haha. Chantry. Wow. I'll read those on my own.
Too many think that the chant of light should only be sung by humans. The truth is that knowledge of the Maker and Andraste should be open to all who wish to learn of him. We believe the Maker created us, and that mankind's sinful nature caused him to turn away. With Andraste's blessing, the Maker will forgive mankind once the chant of light is sung from all corners of this world.
How do you view magic? Why only human women?
What is your stance on magic?
Andraste put it simply. Magic must serve man, not rule over him. However, those words must be put into the proper historical context. Andraste led a rebellion against the Tevinter Imperium, whose magisters controlled most of the world at the time. Even then, she never called for all mages to be put to death. She believed in peaceful coexistence.
I don't recall the Chantry being as tolerant of magic as you describe.
No. The Chantry is an imperfect vessel, pulled in every direction by those who would steer its course. Yet the Templars rebelled precisely because Divine Justinia was not restrictive enough. Perhaps the Inquisition will find a better way.
Investigate.
Why does the Chantry allow only human women to become priestesses?
The official doctrine is that elves and dwarves have turned further from the Maker than humanity. And as for men, the chant holds that they are more vulnerable to anger or passion. But in truth, it is simply political, added after Andraste's death, like too many of our beliefs.
If you don't believe these restrictions are what Andraste wanted, why haven't you tried to change them?
Has the current state of the world not taught you the folly of fighting too many battles at once? I chose to use what power I had to help peasants forgotten by the nobles of Orlais. I believed there would be time to address their inequality under the Chantry once we had saved them from starving.
There were calls for an exalted march to put down the Mage Rebellion. What was your opinion?
It was ignorant gossip. An exalted march only succeeds when it carries the will of the people. Even then, it cannot be undertaken lightly, People are too easily frightened. We cannot destroy everything they fear. An exalted Mage is justified only against a true threat to this whole world. It is an offense to the Maker to use it as a political bludgeon, or as a means of spreading the chant of light.
A march destroyed in the
A
Dale.
pity voices like yours were not louder when an exalted march crushed my people.
That is a hotly debated matter in some circles of the Chantry. Your people had conquered Mont Semerd and threatened Val Rayo itself. They were not helpless victims. But even then, Orlais was the only nation to provide troops. It was hardly an exalted march of all the faithful. The Maker wishes his world to spread by example, not by war. We win no converts with blood.
Farewell.
Farewell.
The refugees in the hinterlands face threats from bandits, demons, apostate mages, and Templar deserters. Building watchtowers in the area will help Inquisition forces ensure the safety of refugees and farmers. The appropriate building sites have already been marked. Not participating. Josephine, there are nobles near Redcliffe who will gladly help the Inquisition if we make them an offer. My soldiers will have those towers up in short orders. Ooh, who should do it? Colin or? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Gotcha. Okay, seriously, you should. Let's just do it, because I feel like that. Yeah. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will hopefully see you in the next part. Bye!